So we search for resources and approaches for each one of our students. We pray that we will contribute to the growth of each of our young Josephs into a healthy and productive adulthood. We continue to develop our own skills, and we look to our tradition for inspiration.
I don't know, and I'm on a call, so I'm trying to, I don't know.
In Pirkei Avot, Shimon ben Azai, a second-century Tana, tells us,
No.
despise no one, regard nothing as impossible. You will find no one whose hour does not come, and not a thing without its place. As we think this evening about those of our students whose learning differences pose particular obstacles, may then Azai's words both challenge and encourage us.
Koach, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It was wonderful and a fabulous way for us to start this webinar on inclusion. Before we start, I just want to remind everybody that if you are not currently speaking or asking a question, please make sure that your phone is on mute. So I would like to start us off by introducing Dr. Aryeh Davidson. Dr. Davidson is Assistant Professor of Jewish Education at the Jewish Theological Seminary. Dr. Davidson is a member of the JTS faculty and has been since 1983, and is the founder and former dean of the William Davidson Graduate School of Jewish Education, which was established in 1996. Dr. Davidson has extensive practical experience in both Jewish and general education as a classroom teacher and administrator in both formal and informal educational settings. Dr. Davidson's research interests include teacher preparation, leadership development, and program evaluation. For the past several years, he has focused on a series of empirical studies that explore the identity development of Jewish professionals. Prior to beginning a career in Jewish education, Dr. Davidson served on the faculty of Teachers College, Columbia University, where he directed the teacher training program for children with emotional and behavioral disorders. Working closely with the New York City Public Schools, he played a key role in designing professional development programs in the areas of multiculturalism and special education in the 1970s. In 1980, he was appointed Director of Clinical Staff Development for the New York City Board of Education. Dr. Davidson served as the principal of the Rebecca and Israel Ivry Prosdor High School and is the founder of Tikva, a program for adolescents with learning disabilities at a camp in northern Wisconsin. Dr. Davidson is a graduate of the joint program between JTS and Columbia University. He earned his master's degree and doctorate from Columbia University in special education and developmental psychology. Today, Dr. Davidson, we are very lucky to have him speak with us. He's going to talk about the philosophy and goals behind inclusion. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the desk over to Dr. Davidson. Let me pull up his PowerPoint. Sorry. No? Yes. From the beginning. Okay. So you all should be looking at his PowerPoint.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. Can you all see me and hear me?
Well, they can't see you because they're looking at your desk.
Yeah.
Okay. Can all hear me? Henry, Yisher Kochech.
Toda.
My intent is to introduce you to some of the concepts relating to working with children and individuals with various disabilities and special needs in terms of my own philosophies that have developed over the years and some of the key principles and teachings that has emerged from them. I want to begin, first of all, with some background and context in terms of definitions. When we talk about special education, we're largely using as a reference point general education. And until the 70s, schools, boards of education were in no way mandated to serve children who might have different learning styles, needs, or what were called handicapping. In 1975, in 1975, the first comprehensive legislation was passed, PL 9, Public Law 94-142, the Education Act of the Education of the Handicap Act. And basically, if you look at what's highlighted, press 4 points, that every child is entitled to an appropriate public education and related services. Related services mean all the support services that are needed. Like perhaps you need an aide in the room for that child. Perhaps you need someone to sign. Perhaps you need special transportation. Perhaps you need counseling. So appropriate is defined quite broadly.